All right. Hello and welcome, everyone. This is your host, Brandon Boyd here. Super excited. I hope that you guys had an absolutely fabulous weekend. Excited for a brand new week, fourth quarter of 2024. Topic title for today: Run Your Own Race. Episode number 1254. We do these sessions each and every Monday to help you guys in your life. And the reason why I want to talk about this today is because we got a lot of people out there who are trying to run a lot of other people's races, or at least to keep up with their race. And it starts with social media. And the first thing I want to say is that comparison can lead to depression. And most of the time, I use comparison for inspiration. But for most people, they get depressed by it. There's always going to be people who try and kind of like squeeze you into this mold. And it's really a mold that they themselves have created. And to pressure you into being who they want you to be. How many of you got family members who do the same? Raise your hands right now or put a 111 inside the chat. If you got family members who kind of want to keep you contained, right? How many of you even got friends or coworkers who do this? Put an amen inside the chat box. Look, if you are going to become the winner that I believe that you were created to be, you've got to have more boldness. You've got to stay in your own lane. You've got to run your own race. You don't worry about what other people are saying. You don't worry about what everybody thinks, because you can't try and keep up with everybody and be happy. In fact, a number of years ago, because of my decision to become an entrepreneur, I was actually trying to keep my family members happy. I wanted them to know that even though I didn't have a college degree, that it was not sinful for me to make six figures a month. But at the same time, I still wanted them to accept me. And what I realized was I was exhausted doing that. I was exhausted trying to make sure that if I had a BMW or Mercedes at the time, that they wouldn't judge me and say, hey, you should get a Lexus, you're materialistic. My thought was, if I'm living on 20% of my income and somebody else is living on 100%, what's the problem? I've got plenty of extra money that I can either feed kids in Africa, or I can buy that nice car. I can help build schools. I can donate more to church and charity. I can help my neighbors. So who are you to judge? Run your own race. So you've got to accept the fact that you can't keep everybody happy. You can't make everyone like you. You are never going to win over the critics and the haters. Even if you did, think about it. Some people in your life, they're always going to find some kind of fault with you. If you got someone in your life right now who's trying to find fault with you, put a 222 inside the chat. There's going to be a percentage of people, they're never going to like you, no matter if you were to buy them a new car, because they might say that you bought them the wrong color. Now, here's the thing. You're not really free until you're free from trying to please everybody. You're respectful, you be kind, but you're not living to please people. I always tell people I work unto God, not unto man. I live to please God, not man. I heard somebody say that at 20, we wonder what everybody thinks about us. At 40, we don't care what anybody thinks about us. And then at 60, we realized that nobody was thinking about us anyway. So I read this interesting report recently. It was actually from a nurse, and what she does is she actually takes care of people who are close to death. And she has hundreds of patients that were facing death. What was the biggest regret, the number one regret that she said they said the most? I wish that I had been more true to who I was, not to lead people to meet the expectations of other people, to be authentic, to be true, to be who I actually was, not trying to live up to other people's expectations. Think about how many people today are not being true to who they are. They're pleasers. They're afraid that somebody, or that they're going to disappoint someone. They may not be accepted. I'm going to say this respectfully, and maybe one of you might get offended, but I'm going to say it anyway. You cannot live the life that you are designed and destined to live if you're trying to be who your parents want you to be, who your friends, your neighbors, your boss want you to be, your coworkers want you to be. You have to be true to who you were made to be, because you've got the seeds of greatness within you. And so the message to today, really a call to action, is run your own race. Don't worry about what other people are doing. For example, if someone smashes a rank inside of the company and you're still Platinum 150, don't worry about it. Use that as inspiration. If your family members are moving into the home of their dreams and you're still in your rundown apartment, use that as inspiration, saying, look, if it happened for them, it can happen for me. That's the way I've thought. If you're in this business and you're seeing people trade and making profit and your accounts are struggling, use it as inspiration, not frustration. And so what I decided years ago is I'm going to be happy and grateful today and excited for the future. So if the future would never come and my goals weren't achieved, I was happy and grateful anyway. If we keep putting our life into tomorrows, we're going to look back and see a lot of empty yesterdays. And so I'm excited and I'm grateful for today. The call to action is to run your own race. Take today and say, you know what? I'm no longer going to go on social media and be depressed by the lies that I see people living on there anyway. I'm going to use it as inspiration. And look, if it's happening for them, if it actually happened, it can surely happen for me. And I'm going to be grateful no matter what my situation is. Look, if you just got divorced, if you're a single mom, single dad, you just got to, maybe you got let go of your job. If you just deranked, know that every setback is simply set up for a greater comeback. Okay? If you like what you guys heard today, I want you to go ahead inside the comments. I want you to put an amen. I believe that today will help you win with this message if you guys will keep the right perspective. That's what I believe. We're ending the fourth quarter of 2023. We're about to have an amazing start to 2024, but it starts right here. Run your own race, guys. Have an amazing day. We'll talk soon.